Hi Aquarius, this is your past life Tarotscope. I am recording this in February 2017, but I truly intend these readings to be timeless, and when this information comes into your awareness is when the information about your past life is relevant for what's happening in the now. Also, I put a link in the description box so you can obtain a copy of your natal chart for free, because part of understanding past life energy is knowing what your south node is in astrologically. And you find that out by looking at your natal chart, and discovering what your south node is in is going to provide you a wealth of information about just different energies that you face and deal with in this lifetime, okay? I have pulled some energy about south node, but since I'm doing this past life reading on sun sign, this is not specific to your south node and energy per se. That's why I highly recommend you finding it in your birth chart, and then, just Google. If you are a Pisces South Node, just Google Pisces South Node and you will get a plethora of information to help you out, okay? So, for you guys, I have Atlantis, forgiveness, spouse, and authority figures for past life energy that is coming through in this reading. Now, the majority of the cards that have shown up to accompany and support this past life energy and how things are playing out for you in this lifetime, honestly, you guys, the majority of Aquariuses that I'm reading for are very spiritual beings based on what I see here, okay? With Atlantis being the first card out, you are a very wise old soul. You have been around since the beginning of human time, being, one of the first to experience human incarnation. So you are very wise, and what sits below that is the Ascension card. So, out of this world wisdom, out of this universe wisdom and creativity, it's just off the charts. So, if that resonates with you, here's your confirmation. You are truly beyond most humans that walk this earth at this time. You are. And for some of you, there's a rite of passage in this lifetime to hold a place of authority. And what's interesting is you have the authority figures as a past life energy, but sitting under this Atlantis, you also have this authority card. So you guys are very powerful beings, and you've held many roles of power in your past life, and I do get the sense quite strongly for some Aquarians watching this video, you were absolutely famous, and you know that. And this doesn't just have to be that you were a singer or an actor or an actress. You were famous on some level, some way. For some of you, you were quite notorious. Others of you, lesser known. And of course, this is general, so obviously not all of you are famous or have that sort of energy coming into this lifetime. But the cards I pulled for South Node energy coming through, what I have is the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the Seven of Cups upright, and then the Six of Wands reversed. So, to me, this life for you guys that were famous in last incarnation, this life isn't about that, okay? Some of you might be in the profession of where you're dealing with famous people, or you could be choreographing videos, you could be editing videos, you could be writing music for singers, you could be a playwright, you could, be an author. I just feel that whatever you're doing that has to do with like being in the spotlight as far as being famous, any sort of job in that arena, you're more on the behind the scenes. So you're like the producer or the director instead of being the actor or the actress, okay? And maybe there's a part of you that's like, no, I'm supposed to be famous this lifetime, and you felt it very strongly, and maybe even people have told you that, but the truth is this: I'm not getting that that is your path for this lifetime. With authority coming out twice, you've been famous more than once, okay? You, Atlantis, you have walked this earth plane many, 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 many times, and you have played so many different roles. So to your soul, the role of being famous for whatever you're famous for, there are so many different platforms. In some lives, this fame could have come from your spiritual knowledge that you were sharing with humanity, okay? It's not just being in the movies or being on the radio. There's so much more to fame. Or, there's sports, and many athletes are famous for their ability in their given sport. So this really encompasses any sort of genre that puts you in the spotlight. And in this life, you feel the energy of that, but your path this life is not about that. So that is such a strong message here with the Ten of Pentacles being reversed, and then we have the Seven of Cups upright, and then the Six of Wands reversed. The Six of Wands upright is all about victory, being in the limelight, fame, fortune, but being reversed, it's behind the scenes. And with this Ten of Pentacles also being reversed, this is like fortune. And then we have this Seven of Cups right in between the two of these energies. So to me, this is saying, yeah, you've had these lifetimes of fame and fortune, and you feel the energy of those lifetimes, those talents that you've had, they are with you in this lifetime. You're like a jack of all trades, you've probably been told. But this life isn't about being famous again. That's more to be experienced in your fantasy realm rather than your physical realm. Why? Because you've been famous more times than you know, okay? You've been down that road so many times, and there's just a part of your soul that knows it's not all it's cracked up to be. That's just one experience to be had in life. And all those skills that you possess on a soul level, like some of you probably sing and draw, and maybe you're even an amateur scientist or an amateur inventor of some sort. It's just that I get a feeling that you have all these hobbies that you're like really great at it. People will tell you you're professional at it almost. You should pursue this. You should make this your career. You're gifted, you're talented, and you know that, but you've been held back, and it's because there's just a part of you that knows that's not part of your destiny this life. And if that's not resonating with you and you're like, I'm gonna be famous, I don't really feel this reading is for you, because the energy of this Aquarius is such a wise, grown soul, and this life is about spirituality and reaching the highest possible level of consciousness you are capable of in this life, in this body, through this personality, this mind that you possess in this now. And this is like, I don't even know how to express the depth of this spirituality that comes forth with you into this lifetime. The gift that comes with you, that is yours to keep, that nobody can take away from you, is yin and yang, and the ringmaster of scrutiny, discernment, clever vision, detail. This is saying that because of the soul evolution that you truly are, no matter what happens in your life, you're always going to land on your feet. You're always going to come back into a place of balance. And the way that you experience reality, discernment, clear vision, detail, you notice things that most people do not even see. They're not even aware of. It's like details, very subtle details, jump out at you. And you might actually feel overwhelmed when you're out in the public, out in crowds, out, because there's so much going on out in the outside of your home, with the way that you can't help but notice all these subtle details, like little tiny pebbles, little scratches, flowers, blades of grass, leaves on a tree, cars in a row that are all different colors. It's like things just pop out at you and you cannot help that. But aside from the physicality of this, on a spiritual level, you have a discernment about people that many others do not have. And so many of you can walk away from people that you do have emotional attachments to, and this doesn't just have to be romantic, okay? Because you see the truth of who they are. And when you were younger, if it just depends on your age, a younger Aquarius, I feel you try to help these people that you see are train wrecks or confused, lost, in need, whatever the case may be, being your beautiful humanitarian self. And I think you got burned many, many times. And if you are a young Aquarius, you might be experiencing that kind of energy now, where you really try to help other people, you try to save the day because you are this beautiful, wise soul, and maybe in your conscious mind you're not quite aware of that, but the energy about you, you are a magnet to attract people, attract others to you, okay? And so as you go through life and experience and you become an older Aquarius, I would say later 30s, 40s, and beyond, there's a part of you that walks away regardless of somebody needing help. Like you know who you can help and who you can't now. And I don't want to say anybody's a lost cause, but sometimes people are just so blinded in their own belief system that there's nothing you can say or do that's going to pull them out to see the light. And when that's the case, you need to walk away, because getting deeply involved is what really jacks you up, okay? But in this life, it's like you make everything okay. You are the one that saves the day for so many people in your life. Many people come to you for advice because you're just this plethora of wisdom You just get people. You're easy to talk to. You see the bigger picture. You see things others just don't see. And this is your gift. You've earned this. Number 22 in astrology, if you are into like the whole starseed thing, the number 2 in astrology, according to starseed astrology, is the mark of mastery. So perhaps you have a moon that sits at 22 degrees, because I feel moon energy. Oh, moon energy or Mercury energy sitting at 22 degrees. And you're the master. You've mastered this energy. That's why it's there for you. And this is like, you always save the day. You always manage to pull the magic out and just make things happen for yourself and for other people when push comes to shove. It's just, and for some of you, it's like when everything's falling apart, you are the one that is level-headed and calm and keeps it all together, okay? Now, what is your curse, or what must be overcome? We have hostilities and the altar priestess. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Now, for some, not all, this tells me that you, in this lifetime, for whatever reason, it is part of your journey to not be okay with your spiritual belief system or religion or something. It's like you are really pushing against the standard norm of religion. And the reason why this is coming in as a curse or something you must overcome is because you have this attention to detail that most do not. You see things in religion that many other people just don't pick up. They don't see. And I'm not going to really get specific on what those things are, because, you know, I don't want to offend anybody who is religious. That is something that is so sacred, and how each and every person connects to the divine is not my place to say a word. But the energy I get from this is there is something, maybe you were brought up and forced into a religion or something like that. And so you push against it, or push against the whole notion of spirituality, religion in general. Whatever brought you into that, if this is resonating with you, that's not what you think it is. That's more of like a challenge for you to overcome. And you would say, well, if I'm this magical, wise being all the way from Atlantis, why would this even be something I would be facing in this lifetime? Well, because if you are a master soul, what would be the biggest challenge you could ever face? Knowing what you know to be the truth about how life really works in the non-physical, but having experiences in your life disconnect you from that knowing, to where you question yourself, life, everything, all. It really breaks you down, cracks you open, and, you know, it's only to grow you. Why? Because you are a master. I can't say this enough. When the challenges in your life, especially when it comes to like religion, parents, children, the harder the challenge, the more emphasis of how much of a grown wise soul you are. And, you know, you don't want to be learning in 9th grade what you learned in 2nd grade. You would, what good, what, how, that would be no fun. So when it comes to the things that really challenge you and rattle your core and shake you up, it's not as a punishment, or even sometimes it's not even about karma returning to you. It's because you are a wise, grown soul, and it takes extraordinary measures to grow you. Okay, so that is the challenge you face in this life, is coming to an understanding in terms with that process, and not hating the universe or God or lashing out because of how certain things have played out in your life, saying, well, if I was this or I was that, or I mattered, or there was a God, this would never be. That's a game for you to overcome within yourself. That's your challenge. That's your mind fuck. Like, not everybody is going to get what I'm saying here. But some of you, you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. I so get it. Okay, this is deep. Very wise souls here. Like, I almost want to bow and honor the energy that's coming through, and the fact that Spirit is saying, hey, this is who you're reading for. It's like the elite, okay? There's, seriously, like, I'm almost emotional about it. You have no idea what you are, and the challenges in this life that you have faced do not define who you are on any level. They are so hard because you are a rock star spiritually, and it takes a lot to challenge you. So, very, very specific message for some of you. And like I said, this is your mind fuck. This is your quagmire. This is energy going in 5,000 different directions, but you, the genius, you will reconcile it. You will come into balance. You will understand. No question in my mind on that, okay? So, with Atlantis here, we have the Ascension card from the Syrian Starseed deck. The person that comes forth from this Ascension Atlantis connection is a Knight of Wands, which I'm feeling very strongly as a male masculine energy. Then we have Divine Timing, and we have Authority. So I'm getting a couple of different things with this. This wise, beautiful soul you are from Atlantis, this lifetime, I feel you are in a position of authority on some level, some way. Now, with Divine Timing here, you might not quite be in that space. It definitely depends on, you know, where you're at on your life journey, for sure. But with authority figures coming through as a past life energy, and then also coming in this lineup of Atlantis, you definitely have a rite of passage to be an authority figure of some type in this lifetime. But like I said, I feel like it's more behind the scenes. So if it's in the justice system, you're like a detective or a forensic investigator. You know, you could be a police officer, but that's still kind of in the forefront. I don't feel like, okay, you're not a lawyer, you would be the paralegal. It's that type of thing. It's, you make the magic happen behind the scenes, but you're not in the forefront of it. But in saying that, you still have authority wherever you are. And for some of you, this is in the legal system. Like, you could be a social worker even. But that, it's, you have the rite of passage. And if you're not in any sort of authority position at this point in your life, with Divine Timing here, I just see that happening for you. Again, you have the rite of passage. And not only that, you have the humility within to be in a place of power. Not everybody has that maturity spiritually, where it's the ego is easily controlled by the spirit, okay? For a lot of people, the spirit has no control over the ego. The ego runs the whole show. But the Aquarius I'm reading for here, no. You are humble within. You get it. You understand life. Like, you just, the way you perceive reality in this world is such a unique gift. And some of you might already know that, but I don't think many of you do. Like, you just assume that everybody kind of experiences things similarly because you're so connected in with everybody. You know, I just feel for many of you, you're very popular, even if you don't want to be. Even if you don't want to be, you just are. Your energy attracts people. It's because you are this beautiful, wise soul. You're like the granddaddy of all daddies, the granddaddy pimp, the granddaddy gangster, the granddaddy minister. Whatever it is, you the number one in it. Okay? That's your energy. You, Atlantis. Okay? Those are your roots. You have so much to your soul. I could just go on and on, and this video would be like 2 days worth of listening. You, whatever creative endeavor tries to come forth from your soul, you have rite of passage. Now, if you're moving towards something, it's not working out, it's not working out, it's not working out, is it a matter of divine time, or is that not your gift that you're giving out this lifetime? Really ask Spirit to guide you if there's any confusion on what your gift is this lifetime for humanity. Because you have something that you are just, you have many things that you are amazing at, but there's something for this life that you're bringing forth, and I feel again it's more behind the scenes, but you have authority in that and the rites of passage. And if you're not currently in that, ask Spirit for guidance. But some of you already know what I'm talking about, and with Ascension here, I really get the sense of like you are more mentoring people, you are helping others achieve their rite of passage in whatever genre this is speaking about. Like, you're just the master, and you need to know that. And if you don't know that, well, now you do, and run with it. And all things happen in divine perfect time, okay? So the next thing we have here is forgiveness with the Three of Wands. The person that comes forth from this past life is this King of Swords. And then we have gratitude and rest and relaxation. Now, because of the way these cards came out, this forgiveness, I don't think that this is anybody needing to forgive Aquarius. What I get here is Aquarius needs to forgive somebody from past life. That energy has come through into this life. And with gratitude here, I believe that this forgiveness comes into play because you really helped somebody out in a past life, and the favor is still owed. And you know what? I feel that the same exact scenario played out this life. Even though the scale was unbalanced and the favor was owed to you, I believe you still, with the same individual, did the favor again, and you received the same outcome. And you might feel very cheated because subconsciously at the soul, you know that now you are owed for two. But this isn't unfairness to you. You, again, you are the master. You're teaching this other individual a lesson that you just aren't aware of. And with rest and relax here, you need to not worry so much about it, because gratitude, the gratitude that you're owed, the favors that you're owed, are not going to come back through this person. Again, you were teaching them a life lesson, and the vibration of energy you extended to them was very pure, and the vibration of energy they extended to you was not. So the purity of you always returns, but it's going to return through somebody else, and you're going to be grateful for that. And the negativity and the imbalance of scales that this person has created with you, that vibration is going to come back to them. And with this starting out as the Three of Flames, I feel as though this is going to take some time, or you've been waiting for some time for this energy to finally balance out, where you're like, hey, you're an asshole, and you know, I don't know what you expect from me, because maybe this fool is still trying to come back into your life asking for more, and you're like, yeah, whatever, it's not going to happen. I'm still waiting for you to pay me back. Or, you know, when I called you because I needed help with XYZ, you weren't there for me. No, I'm done. Because this energy, again, you're not being punished. This is not bad karma for you. You are teaching another individual how to vibrate on a higher frequency by extending the love and kindness and purity of your soul to them to help them out. Now, when you've been burnt twice by the same person, and maybe for you in this lifetime it's just been once, but it's, you know, I honestly, with the 3 there, this may be 3 times total. You don't have to endure this anymore. You were being a mentor on a spiritual level, trying to teach them a lesson about kindness, compassion, you know, caring, sharing, giving, being a humanitarian, being spiritual, tapping in to their spirit, and using their ability to fill all others the way that you do. And instead of taking that beautiful gift, they decided to, you know, take the monetary or tangible aspect of your gift and not return the favor back. And that's okay. Walk away, let it go. This is, again, you are a mentor, and you're going to encounter a lot of energies like this throughout your lifetime. But the lesson to you is this: as I stated when I was talking about this card right here, the Ringmaster, you need to really discern who you can help and who you can't. Some people, you just need to shine bright and be an inspiration from afar. Other people, you can come in and really help them out, and it's going to make all the difference in the world for them, and it's really going to change their life path. But you've got to be able to discern the difference between the two energies, and truly only pour yourself 100% into those that you can really help. And those that you can really help, there is no need for forgiveness or returned favor, because it's what they evolve into. There's no imbalance of energy between you and that person, okay? You gave love. They were open to receive love. And it wasn't in a malicious or selfish intent. It was that they needed help, they needed guidance, and here you were, their shining star, leading the way. And together, the two of you create this very beautiful fusion of energy, of purity, and that vibration then circles out and returns back to you each in its own beautiful magic way. So there's no need for forgiveness. It's beautiful balanced energy all the way through, and in the end you both are even blessed more than you were before. But when it's just somebody who you cannot help, then it creates imbalance of energy, and then now we have this forgiveness and distrust, and it's just a huge mess. So really, if you struggle, really ask Spirit to guide you to discern the difference between those two energies, because there are many people that you help out. And sometimes it's just by your advice. It's not even the money out of your pocket or whatever. Sometimes it's just your advice. But don't wait on forgiveness when somebody needs to apologize for you. When those kind of situations play out in your life, know that you're a mentor. You are the adult here, okay? When a 3-year-old says I hate you, kicks you in the shin, throws a toy at you, if you are a sane human being, you're not going to retaliate and like back. You know, that's just not even appropriate how you would handle a situation with a 3-year-old. If you retaliated exactly and like, that's not how you handle it. You would probably put the child in timeout. If they were really upset, you would wait for them to calm down before you explain why their behavior wasn't really appropriate, okay? But you're not going to wait around or have your feelings hurt if they don't really apologize, because you're going to recognize that they're dealing with the intellectual, spiritual, and emotional information that they're capable of at 3 years old. And here you are, an adult, which you have a whole lot more energy and life experience and intellect to draw from. Now, it's not to say that people are 3-year-olds and you're all grown. What I'm trying to say is, the more you're tapped into your own soul, there are just certain things that you will not do. There's certain understandings that are just inherent because it's coming from your soul, okay? It's you're not going to use or manipulate anybody when you're really connected to your soul. You see the flow of energy and you understand that life works on its own timetable, and spirit can override anything, okay? Anything. So sometimes you're the mentor to somebody who is not connected to their soul self, and don't ever retaliate and like to their behavior, because you are so much more grown than that, and you responding through your soul self is what inspires them to become better. And maybe not initially, but at some point down the road, they will not forget you. Because think of this, people that leave our life, the way we remember them mostly is the feelings that they made us feel. And if it was like a really negative, sour ending, that's what kind of stays with us. Now, if it was somebody who was really beautiful and, you know, things just went south for whatever reason, but they didn't do anything, or there was no negative words exchanged, the way you feel about them, thinking about them, you know, looking back, is such a sweeter, kinder, softer energy. So who you are is what stays with people. And even if they deserve you to be mean or cold or whatever, that doesn't mean that you need to choose that. Now, some people you do got to kind of keep at a distance, because again, they're that black hole. You can't help them. But that doesn't mean that you need to put yourself at their level and behave the way that they do. Okay? Because you are so above that. Now, the next card we have here is Spouse, and we have the 8 of Wands. The person coming through is the Queen of Coins, and then we have Reflection and Manifest. So what I feel here, especially sitting next to authority figure, I always feel this when spouse and authority figures come out. This individual was your husband or wife in your previous incarnation, and you guys were a power couple. You both could have been famous, okay? And I'm getting a couple different things about this person in your life this lifetime. For some, you have met this person and you've had a romance with them, and it didn't like you're not together anymore. And with this being the Eight of Wands, it could have been like 8 years. I also got the sense of like there might be an 8-year age difference between you two. But for some of you, you've already had this relationship this lifetime. And right now, you are in a place of reflection about this relationship. I think you may be struggling to get over it or let it go, because I don't get like real heavy, ugly energy here, but for some reason this relationship for some of you wasn't meant to last this whole life. It's kind of like how you were famous before, but in this life you're behind the scenes. It's like this person is who you were in the limelight with many times, and you have a really beautiful connection and bond, and you have loved each other in this life for some of you, but you're moving on to a different life path. Like I said, you're behind the scenes this lifetime because you're so wise. And so this person, because I feel like they're younger than you, not just age-wise this lifetime, but it's soul experience, evolution. I don't feel they have the same thing that you have. And this relationship didn't work out this life because there is a relationship that is of a much more spiritual, divine nature that's meant for you this lifetime. And you may feel very perplexed, like, why? I don't understand why this didn't work out. I mean, we were so in love, and you may have even kind of been a power couple in this life, but it ended. And in reflection, you're going to come into an understanding about why. Your goals and their goals are different for this life, okay? In past lives, you guys have been right lined up. But this life, your goals and reasons and purposes for being here are different. But you have this beautiful love. So some of you feel as though if you can't be with this person, then you don't care, okay? You're like, I don't want love then. But Spirit says, okay, well, this doesn't fit on you anymore. For what you're trying to achieve, what you're working on, where you're going, who you are, your soul evolution, this doesn't fit you anymore. And there's something else that is going to fit you much more than this did. And you might not be able to see that just yet, depending on how far out it's been since you and this person have parted ways. But you're going to get through this, and there is going to be somebody else that comes in. And I see that over here under authority figures. It's so interesting. So now, for some, you haven't met this person yet. It depends on the age of you. And this is a relationship that's about to manifest, come in for you. Okay? Now, whether you and this individual are going to be forever after, I cannot say. The energy that I really am picking up for this is those who have already encountered this previous spouse from a previous lifetime in this lifetime, and now they are no longer together. That's really what I get from this. So if this hasn't surfaced yet, you'll know when it does because of the connection you have with this individual. Now, what's going to transpire in that relationship, I don't have the answer in this lineup of cards. But for those of you where this relationship has happened and you're in that place of reflection and whatever, there is a much more spiritually aligned relationship for you. So that leads me here to authority figures, because here we have this Atlantis energy, the ascension energy, your rite of passage, authority. And then over here at the end of your past life cards, we have authority figures. We have this Ace of Crystals here. We have this Page of Coins here. We have wisdom. We have compassion. So because your relationship love is showing up as this Queen, and then over here where I'm picking up new love because of just the way this energy feels to me, we have this Page of Coins. So this energy is leaving your life. It's full grown, okay? And here's this new energy coming in, this brand new thing, Ace of Crystals, Page of Coins. It's beginning new, but the wisdom that comes through with this person can rival your own. But it's almost like a different genre of you, of how you would experience reality, the psychic information, your empathic ability, your genius, all of that. The way this individual experiences their spirituality and connection to others and psychic information is not how you do. It's like worlds apart, and you both are masters, okay? And you are coming together because master needs to align with the master. Even if this was your sweetheart once upon a time, you and this person are just going to be like able to read each other's minds. I swear it. And you're going to actually learn a lot from this person, whereas I feel most of your life you've been the wise old soul. You, even as a child, people said that about you. You've always offered the advice. You've always offered the comfort. You've always offered the solution. You've been the provider. You've been the protector. You've been the way shower. And now, here comes this person that actually teaches you something new. Teaches you a new way to see the world. And it's not that just them teaching you. You also are teaching them, because like I said, you both are masters, but the way you experience reality and your psychic abilities are so different. And what you're good at and what they're good at are different. What your interests are, what their interests are, they're different. It's like you might think you're opposites, but energetically you are 100% aligned, and you appear as opposites in the physical form to actually offer something to each other. You see what I mean? So then we have this beautiful compassion, and you see this? It's two angels hugging. You guys are a power couple, but it's in this life, it's more of like in a spiritual sense, behind the scenes. They also have their rite of passage. Okay, this is like such a spiritual connection. And so this person that you love and miss and more, and you say, why did that end? Well, because this is coming in for you, and you don't know it yet. It's not familiar enough to you yet, so you think you don't want it, but I'm telling you, yeah, you do. This is like the jackpot for you. This person is going to stimulate you intellectually, spiritually. You guys are just going to come up with new theories, new ideas. And again, you could be this power couple this lifetime, but it feels way more low-key. It's not about you guys, what you look like, what you're good at. It's like the information, the healing that you offer to other people is what makes you powerful, if that makes sense. So the advice cards are this: authority, release and relax, manifest, and compassion. So as advices, Spirit is saying, yes, you do have rite of passage. You are well versed, learned, wise, master of many things. And if you are insecure on any level about yourself, you need to let that go. You are out of this world amazing, okay? You're a freaking rock star, and I don't even want to hear it. Like, I don't. If you could only see what I see, you would never ever feel bad about yourself or anything that's happened to you. You would be like, oh my God, I'm a fucking rock star. Oh my God. This is nothing. I can handle bigger than this. But when you get really caught up in the physicality of everything, it's easy to lose sight of that, okay? You are amazing, and you need to know it, and you need to rest and relax into that information and stay humble in it, okay? You can know that you are amazing, but still be humble about it. Manifest. You have magic at your fingertips to manifest things way more than you allow to come in, okay? This comes back to your busy mind and needing to relax and rest it, okay? And compassion for yourself and compassion for others, because some of you are like, hey, you can't fix stupid. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I know for many of you, a lot of people are just stupid. And I'm not trying to be like negative, but I feel that, like, this card, it's like, people are just stupid. Well, okay, true, fair enough, but be nice. You are a leader. You are a mentor. You have this beautiful energy that just attracts people, and that's just going to be your whole life. And, you know, you're wise. Educate them. Teach them something, okay? So, Aquarius, that's what I have for you for past life energies. I hope that this resonated with you and brought you some clarity. Take care.